lane and catch waves, where for Wuming, he was much more of a Zoe player. And what I also love, he has like a pocket pick Yasuo, plays that a lot in solo queue, so can open up some maybe like Gragas Yasuo aggressive possibilities.
I mean, we'll see it here going into game number 1, pick and ban. And remember, with IG, we didn't get to tell you their roster, but you should know it by now. TheShy, Ning, Rookie, Puff, and Southwind. The usual going through, as we don't have Leona on this roster anymore, so not really a sub to play through unless we're talking support. But let's also talk pick ban, because a Zoe ban is going to start at IG.
We just talked about, right, that's what comes to mind when you think of someone like Wuming, and Varus and Syndra have become the default red side bans. Here in LPL, not every team plays Syndra, so it depends on who you're going against, of course. Rookie Syndra is very clean. Now I want to see, do Rogue Warriors ban out something like a Trundle, which I feel like Ning looked much more comfortable on rather than like a Graves.
But that does mean that our favorite blonde-haired man in the bottom lane is open, but IG say no instead. It's Aphelios.
That's surprising because Puff loved going towards Ezreal, even over Aphelios back in spring. I wonder if this is a call-out because back in 2019, ZWuJi played a lot of Ezreal, but he has not played it once this year.
That's right, and it's been surprising because this is what he picked up his pentakill on as well, if I'm not...
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
This was his pentakill, but hasn't picked it once, didn't play it on spring, didn't pick it in their first series, so he's preferred to go towards the Aphelios rather than the Ezreal.
This is back when he was with Killua as well in this Rogue Warriors lineup, left of the remnants of the 2018 Power Squatters. You give over the Ezreal, but what else do you give over in the jungle? Is Lee Sin worth picking over Graves here?
It just seems like we have so many players in LPL that don't really play the Graves themselves, right? We actually have Karsa, another one yesterday. Yeah, so Ning wanting to go towards the Rek'Sai. He has played Graves. He played it in their game against, what was it, WE. So he's shown he has proficiency on the champion, but I don't think it really fits the style that IG plays or that Ning himself plays.
When we talk about like diving towards top or putting your presence in solo lanes, Ning with Rek'Sai makes a lot of sense. We'll move forward because pick and ban is going super quick. You get an Ornn in the first pick and ban phase on the side of Rogue Warriors.
Yeah, so right now, Rogue Warriors are setting up, which can be a very like long range and defensive comp, which I'd say is very good against both Thresh, Rek'Sai, and Aphelios, right? If you do pick up something like an Azir in the mid lane and just try to outrange that Aphelios, that will be a nice win condition to play towards. Of course, Rek'Sai going to fall off extremely hard. And right now, you don't have a lot of guaranteed hard CC since you do only have the Death Sentence and a Flash Knockup. And even think to TheShy's champion pool. He's not really known as a player that's going to pick something up that's, you know, meant for utility in the team.
Yeah, no way. I mean, you see things like the Kayle getting banned away as well, something that'll scale and make TheShy into a bit of a monster. Kayle has also come through with priority as Rookie, to speak of the Devil, is going to be losing his LeBlanc.
It makes you wonder if Rogue Warriors would just go towards a mid laner on 4, but I don't think it make a lot of sense when IG are already showing support, right? You would typically want to counter pick mid, but banning out LeBlanc can signal maybe something like a blind pick Orianna.
Okay.
Taking that away from Rookie themselves. And
also the note on Rogue Warriors, we don't normally see support last pick prioritized here in the LPL. Recently with Thresh going up, it's just been the first couple of rotations.
We have certain teams that do it. JDG is one that jumps into my mind, and Suning are another one that like to wait for Sword Art, but you're right, a lot of teams here. To me, it makes sense. Thresh is the S+ pick in my mind. The only other one that really rivals him is the Yuumi if you already have the Ezreal. So, and it obviously pairs so well with the Aphelios and all these immobile AD carries, so it just makes a lot of sense.
Already so much banned out, so Leona the only one left. We know Lei does play the Pike, but we'll sit on that bottom lane for now with its safety while we have to question what IG want to do. This is not a meme. TheShy has played this before, but
this is the rotation that's always hardest to guess for IG, just from the fact that you don't know what TheShy is going to play. It's not going to necessarily fit their composition. He's going to pick something he wants in lane. That one's a predictable one, right?
Yeah.
Rookie loves going towards that Orianna.
You see 100% win rate. I mean, that's because Rookie has been the one to play it the most here in the LPL, with the Jayce returning for TheShy. Again, to reiterate, had a pretty good game number 1 in their last matchup against Suning. So here we go again, another IG draft where we have to question what fits in that solo lane for Rogue Warriors.
And I'm not a big fan of what IG have drafted so far, honestly. It's very all over the place, right? We have like early game pick potential coming out from both Thresh and Rek'Sai. You have this scaling in Orianna and Aphelios, and then a Jayce on the top side. You don't have any real frontline when you have these two big frontline carries. Moving back to Rogue Warriors, I mentioned earlier how I'd love to see an Azir in this comp and just play from a range and really abuse IG in that way, because look, their only set engage is Death Sentence and Flash Knockup from Rek'Sai. So it's going to be, they're playing on very small windows, but that's the way IG has always played.
I was about to say, you know, sometimes it doesn't all fit together, but when IG win lanes, then the pieces just magically find their spot as well. So Rookie with comfort again, TheShy with comfort, you have to say. Puff and Southwind in a bottom lane that, you know, can survive, can win the 2v2. It's a very IG draft, and when we're talking about their recent success against Suning, nothing changing on the board here means everything for a team like IG and their fans.
And I feel like with these drafts, IG really needs to snowball the game, which might sound weird to some people since they do have the Orianna and the Aphelios, but once again, they have no front line. They have very little hard crowd control. And Rek'Sai, people think of Lee Sin as an early game jungler. He is a bit of an early game jungler, right? You need to find plays, but you'll always have that peel potential in the late game. As shown by Hacker yesterday, there's always opportunities there. For Rek'Sai, once you go in, you're in. You don't have a lot of damage. You're not inherently tanky. You're pretty much just a cannon minion.
But it does make sense when you're talking about IG's draft, because going into Rogue Warriors, where you talked about that defensive maneuver with Ornn and also playing from range and using the poke that's going to come through from ZWuJi especially, makes it really hard to see how IG can transition into those late game fights and make the game theirs.
We have seen IG and teams like TS, right, win team fights just based off mechanical outplays. So that option's always there. I also feel like in their series against Suning, IG had a lot of interesting brush plays where they would, you know, set up some control wards and then find these really cheeky plays and set up picks on Suning, and it's what got them the lead. So maybe that's the way they can try to take the game today, but just looking at the drafts, I really like what Rogue Warriors put together. All
right, well, let's enter you into Summoner's Rift. To start off here in the middle of the week, week 3, day number 3 here on our beautiful little Wednesday, IG and Rogue Warriors. And for IG, one apiece here, Rogue Warriors. They've only played one series. It was up against Top Esports, and again, we talked about it at the start of broadcast where they challenged them in that game 1, but then got slaughtered in the second. So Rogue Warriors have played the least games out of anyone here in the LPL summer.
Realistically, we don't have a good gauge of where Rogue Warriors are, right? The fact that you've only played one series against a team that we expect to be the best in the LPL leaves a lot to be desired, but also changing the dynamic by taking Haro out, who felt like he really dictated that bloodthirsty way that Rogue Warriors played in spring. He was very... I don't want to keep using the term coin flip, but he was that jungler that you know is going to go for the level 2 gank almost every game and go for these invades consistently.
And I mean, when we have the 2 most coin flip teams in the LPL in front of us here, I think Haro's suiting that style is pretty damn important. Notice that Wuming, just quick on the rune choice, has gone for Comet, so kind of back to a bit of normality. Again, Azir, there's so many over in the LCK right now. We saw Halo Blades returning for Dove on Sandbox. But then again, why would you be watching the LCK when the LPL just slaughtered them at MSC?
Ooh, Youdang already going to find a good gank angle.
As Rookie's only level 1. Level 2 Sonic Wave dodged away from. Really nice from Rookie.
Just what we expect from Rookie. Even level 1 playing really well, hitting his Q right away. And of course, Orianna's pretty decent level 1 coming out from her passive, you know, empowering her auto attack. So he also did get a few auto trades onto Wuming.
Also note that with Phase Rush, super easy to proc. We've transitioned in the later patches of just seeing so much Phase Rush Orianna. Otherwise, Spellbook has been quite popular here in the LPL too. Rookie's gone between both. He's played the most Orianna, I think.
I mean, it's his pocket pick, right? It's always been a champion that he's gravitated towards. Him and Knight have been the 2 that have really gone towards his champion this split, but this is just stock and standard Rookie.
The 5-year LPL veteran, the franchise player for Invictus Gaming, right? As Ning is going towards enemy jungle now. They're going to be on the same side, and those Raptors are available. Youdang, meanwhile, bottom side with Wolves. And this will not be spotted out as Ning begins.
Speaking of Ning, we already know what he needs to do in this draft. It's all about playing towards topside and enabling TheShy's Jayce, because when you draft a Jayce, right, if you fall behind, you are just pretty much utterly useless. So it really is a champion you need to snowball. You want to get the plate gold on, try to get those lethality items early to bully out the enemy top laner.
Because let's reiterate, you talked about how for IG, the way this draft interacts with Rogue Warriors, you wanted to see it snowball. And in the past, IG have always focused towards topside, Ning shadowing mid with Rookie as well. And especially when for Rogue Warriors, they've got the Ornn, they've got the Azir. Looks like for now, playing back in the lane will just be the go-to.
And this goes back to something we talked a lot about yesterday on Cast, where if IG's composition falls behind and Rogue Warriors get vision set up first, get to an objective first, who can really face check objectives? You do have a Rek'Sai, so that passive will always be there. You also have the Lantern combo, but it's very risky, right? Whew.
Sorry, sir. I'm going to pause because Holder just got shock blasted to the face. But coming back to your point, are IG risk averse?
No, they're not.
There we go.
Another thing I actually remember about this matchup from Spring was I'm almost positive this was a series where in one of the games we saw TheShy on Jayce, and we saw Holder or Crazy on Maokai, and he solo killed him under turret.
Yeah. I remember that was something. Just remember that Holder and Crazy, we go between two different top laners here on this Rogue Warriors team, but Lyric, as you said a couple of days ago, kind of similar.
Their champion pools are almost the same. They have different pocket picks. Crazy has the pocket pick Rumble, to where Holder has a lot more of like obscure tank champions. He can pull out something like a Poppy, but...
But are you ready? As everyone knows for IG, just to curb and interrupt you there, if you focus TheShy and pull him down, usually IG go with it.
What can you do when you are playing a, let's say, 4v5, but not even a 4v5, right? Because the way IG plays, we know that Ning is going to have to sacrifice and support him as well. So Ning will typically be there right alongside him, so can quickly turn into a 3v5.
And it's just the dynamic when TheShy plays champions that if they fall behind, become absolutely useless to the game, right? So
yes, it does.
The Renekton being a good example of that as a good little death sentence here. Gravitum available, but Lei might actually turn this around. There's the Zenith Blade to follow up as Southwind has to flash away. I don't think Rogue Warriors are caring anymore about IG's engage as First Blood goes over to ZWuJi. Lei will be the trade-off. The Sonic Wave does connect, but no follow-up here. It's Puff trading the kill as well while we look towards the mid lane. Shockwave flashed away from early action to kick off your day.
And insane play coming out from Rookie, but looking towards that bot lane play, good engage coming out from Lei. There was no doubt in my mind that he would die. Ooh.
As Ning's going to find the engage himself here. Teleport being used by TheShy. Early flash burnt out of Holder, but a flash over the wall. TheShy wants this. The Shock Blast combo with Ning getting the kill. Nice follow-up for IG.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Ning going up first, and TheShy just channeling that TP, having the serrated Dirk, and of course the call as well. So having some damage on him already, and this is looking more like that early spring IG that we saw. That sure, they always had these drafts that we didn't like. We knew their win conditions would be all over the place, but they would be able to create the chaos and find the place to make it work.
The lead's a lead, right? You already see what Ning has picked up off the back of that kill, and going back now early. Is there a chance for Warriors all looking for boots? As bottom lane, we're looking for blood. Good play away, but the follow-through's already come through as Puff gets down to half health. He has the Graviton, but Youdang is interested in a follow-up himself. The Graviton lockdown before ZWuJi can get back to lane. But now that he's there, IG get the better trade and walk back.
That was still really interesting by Lei, actually finding the right CC to follow the Lantern, but everyone just saw the value of the Thresh pick in this meta, just really enabling these immobile AD carries.
As with all this action coming towards the bottom side, curiosity towards the first dragon, Lyric, because pings are going down. As ZWuJi and Lei are just going to clear.
IG had like a 30% dragon control rate in spring. Nice. And keep that in mind with the fact that they went 14-2.
Yeah.
They were one of our most successful teams in the LPL, and they almost never took dragons, right?
Remember the Herald percentage?
It was something still pretty low. I think it was around like 50%.
Yeah.
Low for the fact that they are winning so much, but...
And winning towards the top side.
Exactly.
Usually.
So they were the team that would just give those up, opt into taking plate gold, and just keep looking for these skirmishes consistently. So
IG style.
I really expect Rogue Warriors to be able to get this first Drake, but we have seen Puff and Southwind having pressure in this lane. But right now, Puff doesn't have flash, so it would be a bit risky to try to consistently push into ZWuJi and Lei.
But I will mention that with this early objective talk, you have to look at the jungle experience lead, or rather the lead within CS. Ning is up by 20. Youdang is hovering around the top side where Rift Herald is. Right now, Ning has no interest, but he is nearby. And with the lead through mid as well, with Shockwave up, this could be dangerous.
But Lei is already on his way, and this goes back to Southwind in spring.
As TheShy comes over the wall, Call the Forge God going to be used. The Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. The kick is available, but the knockup comes through first, and Rogue Warriors strike first. As into the burrowed ulti. Ning now in the middle of 4, and yes, that was an IG play.
It was, and it also goes back to, we almost never saw Southwind or Puff move for Herald in spring, and that's also why we were just talking about the Herald control percentage. So Lei following up, giving Youdang and Holder the confidence to make that play. We also just saw the strength of Ornn in these 2v2 skirmishes as compared to something like a Rek'Sai or a Jayce. So.
And look at who just got the kills, Lyric. Both went to Youdang, so that 20 CS lead for Ning now means a little bit less, or a lot less, I should say. Rift are going to be acquired as well.
and I expect him to keep looking towards the top side of the map. He'll probably reset, go down, look towards Dragon, but when you think about the easy kill setup in your lanes, Ornn obviously just having the most like guaranteed CC and kill pressure. Sure, you have a Leona in the bot lane, so that's somewhere you could look as well, but the fact that you have an Ezreal does make it a bit more questionable.
While we're chatting though, Dragon's going to be taken in like about 10 seconds, as Aphelios does. So there is a trade in objectives, however slow. But also notice that the plate gold down the bottom side by Puff has just been acquired so damn quickly too. So Puff now with that kill and BF sword up 20 CS himself is quite large.
Still ZWuJi gonna be able to get that mana immune, and you would like to see Youdang use that Herald for ZWuJi to get more gold and snowball him to that place where Ezreal does just become unkillable.
Looking mid though for the time being. I just want to re-establish what the leads are in each lane while we just talked about bottom. Have a look mid quickly because we have a teleport Orianna who's up by 20 CS after we saw that shockwave flash. Wuming still without that summoner for a bit. He has the lost chapter as I don't believe Rookie's backed for a while. He's sitting on an amplifying tome. We'll be able to shove out this wave and this will be a good time to back away or start looking towards the bottom side, but just skirting around vision. A bit of turret plating to take her as well. He doesn't want to miss that one.
It's just always beautiful to see how Rookie plays out the lane, pretty much hitting all of these Qs and distortions.
Yep.
So, because this matchup definitely is not as one-sided as we are seeing on our screen, right? Azir does have the range to go toe-to-toe with the Orianna, but Rookie just playing so well. Also nice to see Southwind finally on the map, so
As you talked about, right?
It does seem like Rookie needed just a bit more gold since he had a reset on that last wave.
I'd be curious as to what the item purchasing is. As Holder has Unsealed Spellbook, ignore that heal for the time being. TheShy is just going to get a trade and then walk back himself. Rookie's still there in the mid lane. I'm just going to be waiting, Lyric, because it seems like Rookie is going to keep Wuming in lane for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's really interesting when they even call Southwind over to secure that back.
Okay, I think that's going to be used. We have to pause, call the Forge God as Ornn has more damage than Jayce. Of course, he does clap TheShy, flash away. The Searing Charge will hit Ning as now the Bellows Breath almost ticks over. Ning in the nick of time.
Yeah, that's exactly what IG needed and what we'd expect out of IG. Ooh.
Okay. All right, I was drinking my water. That's a trade.
Yeah, ZWuJi securing that one. Again, this is a champion that ZWuJi was very good on last year, so it's something we'd expect to see him gravitate towards, and he plays a very knife's edge style, and he definitely looks better in my mind on these champions that have the mobility to allow him to play like that.
Because also for the Ezreal at the moment, here in the LPL, I mean, let's put win rate out of the question because it is quite high. Ezreal feels pretty damn good at the moment, sir, even without Yuumi.
Just that build, right? It's not even about like the highest amount of damage you can put out, right? But it's still optimizing damage in the sense it's keeping you alive longer in these fights. We'll see him take, I think Clement put out a tweet, you'll see Ezreal take a full combo from Wukong and still be 70% HP afterwards.
Yeah. Death Dance feels amazing. Sonic Wave into Herald Charge. Bit of gold spread out towards the top side. Now, Rogue Warrior's behind 2k gold before. Now we've caught back up, only 500 gold the distance, and when you were talking a lot about composition starting this game off, when this team can play from the range, to use your words, keeping up in gold like this feels pretty good.
I'd say their composition is probably a bit ahead with the fact that gold is even, but still, we are seeing IG just...
Oh, hang on, shuffle back, Rookie, there's no minion wave there, a couple of autos needed as, yeah, the trade, flash away. Didn't mean anything, but Wuming gets a solo kill and punishes Rookie, who's laughing away.
He's laughing, but it's because he knows how he's playing lane is not the most efficient and respectful way, but still, goodbye Wuming to find that kill, and this is how IG play, right? Where they're constantly pushed up, taking these turret plates, and they'll be ahead so much in gold just based off of that, and I don't feel like it'll be enough this game, honestly. The compositions do look so heavily favored for Rogue Warriors once we do get, like, once outer turrets go down, right, we start having to posture in front of neutral objectives. You can't just push to those tier 2s as IG. Realistically, their comp's going to group up in front of them, and then the question mark is what happens next.
And Rogue Warriors have a really nice comp where Holder's absorbing pressure in the top side. The Ornn out of anyone who is always going to be relevant in this game. where we have the success of ZWuJi, who picked up a snipe in the top side with his True Shot Barrage, where Wuming now just picked up a solo kill as well. These members that are going to be dishing out the damage, it feels super easy to see how they succeed running outside of these outer turret lanes.
And we actually see Rookie and Ning hovering up towards topside. Of course, they did see Youdang go there with the ward.
As now spotted out, all the way back goes Holder. He does have Call the Forge God, but no flash. And using Ghost here just to walk on back is an easy maneuver. We'll be catching the wave too, as turret plating's already gone down, so backing away is IG. With Herald on the line with...
IG can actually contest this because Holder had already used his TP, and TheShy is already on his way here.
But how quickly does it go down? That's the biggest question, because right now, Rogue Warriors are just snapping down with the damage. Gone, and IG backing away, but might have the, as you said, mid priority.
Yeah, so they are going to be able to turn mid and get that damage down. Actually, with Wuming being the only one there, he's not going to be able to defend.
Let's go again. 5 mid, and they're going to go for inner.
Yeah, it's really. I actually think even Holder now should just rotate and they could look for the fight.
Well, they found Lei at the very first little start here. The solo play comes down, but versus 3 and the damage output, IG, that's an easy pickoff. I guess Rogue Warriors had different plans in mind.
That's just a mistake from Rogue Warriors in my mind, because we see that Holder stayed for an extra wave top to guarantee that push into tier 2 turret, but it doesn't really make a difference. Just rotate over. You see all the members of IG already are grouped. You have such a strong front-to-back team fight. Maybe still feeling like the Jayce and Rek'Sai are too strong at this point, not wanting to opt in, but if we're going with that logic, then why was Lei where he was?
Yeah,
why was Lei looking for the flame?
Miscommunication. Shockwave's going to come through. That's the 3rd time it's missed. Rookie's been punishing in lane, but that ulti has not hit the mark.
I guess for Rookie, if you're not going to be looking to contest the Rift Herald, it's not really an not a summoner, a cooldown you're going to need up, right?
It's not one that has a high cooldown, really, even from the level 6 points. So for Rookie, it feels fine, almost half the way there to coming back up.
It's already halfway up, so...
And IG, as you said, they're not even near this objective. So another one given over to Rogue Warriors, and I'm not sure what the first one was towards.
It was top.
It was top, excuse me.
The fact that IG still needed to reset after that push in mid pretty much guaranteed in my mind that they weren't going to look for that Herald, so instead just going to opt into trying to get this turret down, and they're going to be able to get it on the next wave.
I just want to point out that Puff is staying in minion waves by himself for quite a long time. Level 9, but even though ZWuJi has kind of been partnered up with Lei, maybe not. I guess Lei's been roaming a lot because ZWuJi's level 10. Lei is level 7. So this Ezreal's been sitting bot for quite a while by himself. Even sitting topside right now, absorbing farm. And you have to remember that Iceborne Gauntlet is almost complete. The Manamune was picked up really early in the game, so we should be getting 80 carries who are hitting those strong 2 items very soon.
Also interesting to me that IG almost always opt into a lane setup where a lot of the time they do still keep Rookie in the mid lane and have their bot lane just continue to push out in a side.
I don't know what they're doing now. Southwind, yeah, help him out. So satisfying to watch before Aphelios becomes a monster. That Iceborne was just picked up, by the way.
Yep, so going to have more defensive stats, and that's going to feel great when a lot of the range damage coming out from IG's comp is pretty much just going to be from the Jayce, right? So going to have all of this AD, not AD armor, what am I saying?
That's the one, that's right. I'm with you. I also want to point out that we got 2 items across the board for the top jungle duo on IG. Shouldn't say across the board. You see Yomu's, you see the Manamune build here for Jayce as well.
Yeah, going for more of that poke-heavy style where he can't just constantly spam out spells.
Oh, they're putting a highlight on TheShy. Interesting. I believe that is the gold he currently has at 6k. That makes sense with the 2 items picked up. So I cannot tell you that other stat, as I only read 1 out of 10 characters.
I have a question. How do you feel about seeing Orianna so prevalent in the meta when you just got an Orianna tattoo?
It feels good. Feels like really good timing, huh?
It does. I mean, like, was it good timing, or did you get it because it's popping up in the meta?
Oh, no. I thought about it for months on end. You know, you and I talked about this, why I was getting it.
The question is, like, are you a hipster, or are you someone who just, you know, follows the path?
I love Orianna, right, and that's the reason I got it. I'm just, at the moment, I'm pretty trash at it, which feels bad.
I do want to point out for all those listening, Hysterics actually does not really play Orianna.
Excuse me. What's my main champion then? If we play Karma. No, I'm not playing Karma at the moment. I'm a Diamond one-trick Karma.
So, getting back to a bit of serious game talk, we do still see that Youdang has the Herald. I would like to see him use that to open up mid lane. And for Rogue Warriors, right, it's about getting in front of neutrals, getting this straight-up 5v5 team fight, especially once you have Holder roam over, if he can get a push out in a side lane, maybe secure that numbers advantage. For IG, it's all about having Ning and TheShy pair up in a side lane, try to keep securing TheShy some kills, and get him to a point where he's strong enough to just consistently bully out Holder. But Holder's at a point now where he can pretty much just shake off that damage.
Yeah, he's almost got that second item in the Abyssal Mask as well. Just a note against Rookie, that's going to be pretty punishing as Riptel's going to be dropped mid, and while Rogue Warriors have the advantage with the shove out, heading towards that Dragon, this is going to be the Mountain Rift, of course, and heading towards an Ornn with a Mountain Soul is pretty precarious for IG.
Ornn with Mountain Dragons, with a Mountain Soul, you know, hypothetically against a Rek'Sai and a Jayce.
The bonus is that IG got the previous Ocean, so you get an extra Mountain on top if Rogue Warriors do manage to pick them all up. That's an extra 18%.
These are the brush plays that we mentioned that IG love looking for.
Well, we didn't talk about Rookie, though, of course, with the Shockwave. Pretty much an instant kill with Ning and TheShy layered on top. They do pick up the inner turret. That makes it easy to make the plays. You mentioned that we're seeing on screen. Who's going to face check? Ooh. ZWuJi with an ultimate through the rush.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. Face check with the True Shot Barrage.
I mean, realistically, you have an Ezreal and Azir, right? So face checking never needs to be that rough. Doesn't look like anyone has a Scrying Orb yet. Actually, ZWuJi might have one.
But IG being zoned off the mid turret here, and as you like to say, this is pretty much a dead turret. So it's going to go down finally. Rogue Warriors assert back control themselves, head up towards Baron buff, and IG might have to pay a bit of respect to this one. But then again, Wuming not nearby.
Rogue Warriors are about 1,000 gold, 1.5 behind, but doesn't mean too much.
Get ready for Ornn.
True, that value's already going to be coming back just in the fact that we're getting Ornn items.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do for the Ezreal? What do you upgrade? Do you do the Iceborne, or do you wait for the Blade of the Ruined King as a 4th item and then upgrade?
Against what IG's comp is, I feel like you could actually just upgrade the Iceborne, but you know, I'd say Blade of the Ruined King is probably a better and more efficient upgrade in general.
Because no one likes the Frozen Fist, do they? I mean,
really.
What do you think of it?
It feels awkward on a lot of the champions. Getting the extra armor is good, but on champions that do build Iceborne Gauntlet, does getting all that extra mana as compared to if you are building another ornament, you know, is that more efficient than, you know, so for the Ornn argument, right? Yeah. Getting more health from the mask.
I was going to say, like, if we're talking about Ezreal himself, like, versus the Blade as well. Extra attack speed, extra damage, which Ezreal late game, with what he's got in store, is pretty great. So right now we're not going to talk about because ZWuJi is still towards a Death's Dance, and the Ornn upgrades, the first one now available for Holder being level 14, but there is a Black Cleaver there. One of the few things you can upgrade.
And to me, it would make sense in this comp just for the fact that you do have triple AD coming out from IG, so all of the consistent damage would have to be coming from Rookie to kill ZWuJi.
Note that while we are talking about items, and you mentioned Rookie, he's got a Banshee's Veil second. So we're not going towards a Spellbinder Orianna this early on. The safety measure acquired against Wuming.
They do have a ton of hard CC on their team as well, so getting that extra bit of safety as well as just a bit more defensive stats for that poke coming out from Wuming.
I'm surprised we have 9 kills at 22 minutes in an IG versus Rogue Warriors game.
I think this is a good sign for Rogue Warriors, but this also goes back to the conversation we were having that Rogue Warriors' bloodthirsty style really felt like it hinged on Haro.
Yeah. And with Youdang, the dynamic changes as well. You got Wuming in here, so it's a new mid-jungle duo as IG still posturing up towards the Baron. Rogue Warriors, they're kind of pussyfooting around here as the Shockwave's going to pull out Lei. That's another mistake here from the support of Rogue Warriors. 4 versus 5 for quite a while.
And it doesn't feel like you have any reason to even take this path to check. You could just, as a team, walk through your jungle coming in from the mid lane route.
But sir, Baron, or as they call it on the Chinese side, Big Dragon has been started.
And Rogue Warriors do still have Call of the Forge God.
Well, I'm not sure because at this point, Youdang might be called out. There's a Banshee's Veil there as the kick just goes into nothing. Baron secured, and Rogue Warriors were showing control until they did that.
Yeah, they were, but I guess it's nice when you can take a Baron with just an Aphelios and your Rek'Sai, and the other members can all kind of play defense. And we didn't exactly see how that play started up right there, but once again, Rookie just playing very well and securing a lot of these picks for IG.
Southwind was there as well, found the crucial pick to start off that play. And I just want to point out, because we will see a replay, I'm sure, Youdang kicked Rookie with the Banshee's Veil, and that kind of sucked.
The good thing for Rogue Warriors is they do still have the Call of the Forge God coming up into this dragon fight, so you do still have the aggressive tools to dictate the pace of how this next fight should go. And obviously, in a dragon fight, your Baron buff doesn't matter as IG.
When Holder has ulti, when the Ornn is actually pretty tanky at this point with the Bramble Vest now acquired, a person you need to watch out for. We're 24 minutes in the game. IG have a 5k gold lead. That dragon is in front of our eyes. Rogue Warriors no position in the river. Worrying about Rookie. Big shockwave turns this around.
And it's great that IG have been able to get ahead, secure that Baron, and push out the waves, because not having to... Ooh.
That's a two-man shockwave in the back end. TheShy's fighting Youdang on the side. Lei flashed over the wall for that one, and Solar Flare does nothing. Call the Forge God late. Ning's on the back line, having a big old party. And IG at this point feel like they've pretty much just won the game. Nice death sentence. Pull in whoever you want. Holder may be tanky, but against the whole team of IG, Rogue Warriors have absolutely flubbed up this game.
And IG just sticking to the style that we've known them to play, saying, hey, we don't actually need to make any changes. We saw the successful formula in spring and finding it here once again today.
There's a lot of confusion going on. IG, they have the Baron buff. There's large death timers. You put this one in the bank, you put it into your savings account, because IG, even if they don't end now, they've got a lot of interest here, and 25 minutes in, this one looks sealed.
It felt like the game was still salvageable up until that pick on Lei, which then led to the Baron. And then we actually never did get a replay, but seeing Youdang walk forward, apparently use his kick onto Rookie's Banshees, and then ends up just dying himself as well.
It's crazy because the restraint and respect Rogue Warriors have shown up until this point has been pretty good. As Lei flashed in for this, but missed.
Mechanical mistake coming out, and once again still having the Banshees.
Is
going to hit the two-man shockwave here, but good death sentence coming out from Southwind. Then we see Ning ulting into the backline, also then flashes onto Lei, so secures 2 kills like you talk about. And then the rest of IG's carries all just running forward to secure that kill on Youdang as well.
Southwind having another great game as well, right? That Dark Passage keeps him alive, and a really crucial death sentence to finish off. But the fight was already done, and we come back to live 26 minutes in, an 8k gold lead for Invictus Gaming. A game that looks pretty solid, you have to say. Early mistakes from Rookie, but the rest of this game has been pretty clinical.
Even early mistakes from Rookie, were they really big mistakes when, again, he was playing out the lane so well, consistently out-trading Wuming, forcing flashes, had his own CS lead, and okay, he got solo killed. That is a big mistake, but we saw from his laugh, it felt like he knows, okay, I deserve to be solo killed for this.
Because normally it would continue forward. With IG, they'll make the same play. Even if they make a mistake, they'll just try again. But right now, the aggression is warranted as the death sentence won't land. Unfortunately, minions in the way, but the flash was burnt by Southwind. Even that doesn't matter. IG in a turret going down. They're going to base to crack on the top side this time.
And Holder does need to recall right here, and feels like Rogue Warriors are going to have to go for that Hail Mary, open the Call of the Forge God, and try to find something.
Well, teleport is available if they want to flank. There's a nice deep control ward there, but the shockwave comes in for 2 members again. Forward and front to back, but the damage is not enough. Rookie picks up the first kill, TheShy the second. And Rogue Warriors now stuck in a 3 versus 5 for what could be the rest of the game.
But even think about that fight to where we saw Lei and Youdang go in so early.
Holder's going to get hooked in yet again here, not tanky enough at this point. ZWuJi got a really nice true shot barrage. We're stuck in a 2 versus 5 now with everyone walking forward. The death sentence at max range. Southwind had a great game 1. Rookie picks up the kill credit, but 13 assists out of 15 deaths for Rogue Warriors. And IG are going to seal the deal right here. Looking pretty good as they outclass Rogue Warriors here in the first game of the series.
And I like that you're highlighting Southwind, because Southwind and Rookie having really good games, and Southwind was one of those players we needed to see more out of from spring if IG wanted to come into full.